Hey all, I'm here today to do a short collection video, kind of show you guys what I got going in my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Some of them are expensive, some of them aren't, and there's some that are more of kind of like, well, I would call mainly my collection is something of more of like an investment collection. So a lot of the stuff I probably would sell some point further down the line, but then there's also cards that I would never sell. But we'll go ahead and switch cams so we can take a look. All right, so starting off, we have these are definitely for sale some point, just kind of waiting for them to go up in value, but I really like the cards overall. Chaos Legionnaire, Ultimate Rare, Lannian Dragoons. I really like this card, and if you haven't seen this card before, it's just a really good old Ultimate Rare. Next page, we have an ulti Chaos and Bird Dragon, and then a Book of Moon. This is a card actually that falls into the category of I'll never sell, just because this is the first OTS Ultimate Rare that I pulled from winning my locals. This when I started back playing. I don't know, it was probably a few months or maybe like 6 months after I started playing again, that I was able to win. I think this was OTS Tournament Pack 13, and I was able to pull this from the packs that I won. And then I have two first edition Firewalls. These are definitely not expensive, like maybe $5 a piece, but they're just really good looking Ultimate Rares. See if I can catch some of the texture. They definitely did a lot better job with some of these older Ultimate Rares with like capturing texture in the cards. But if you were trying to pick up more cards for your Ultimate Rare collection, these are definitely a good cheap option, and I think they look really good. Here we have some Starlights. So I have a play set of Book of Lunar Eclipse Starlight Rare, and these actually look really good. See if I can, yep, there we go. I think these are going for around like $80. They're really cheap, and they're really actually not a bad tech card, just depending on if you're playing casually or what format you're playing in. That's if you're looking to get Starlights, it's honestly a really good lower end Starlight to pick up. And then here we have the Incredible Ecclesia, the Virtuous. That again was a trade that I did, and will probably sell at some point in the future. Next, I have some collector's rares, and then the Ghost Neos that I've showed before. I will say that even though Ancient Guardians was a terrible set, they have some of the best looking collector's rares that I've ever seen. Ogdotic Queen is like a good example. I'm going to try to capture some of the texture, but it just has the craziest texture. Basically, it kind of looks like there's purple rings like going around. See if I can bring it closer. It's kind of hard to do there. It kind of captures it. Just really good looking Ultimate Rare. I mean, not Ultimate Rares, collector's rares. Symphonium is one of my favorites too, because it kind of has these like hectagon looking textures to it. You can see it good there. I actually have two of these. And I play these in the Use Arctic deck that I have. It's actually a really fun deck. And it's really cheap. It's kind of got some pretty cool effects. This basically, if you get it out, negates any monsters that I think it's extra deck monsters that don't have a level. It doesn't matter because like obviously all monsters in the main deck have a level, but I think it's any monsters that don't have a level. So that includes like Xyz, Link. Yeah, Xyz and Link, I'm pretty sure. But just a really good card. Grand Chariot's pretty cool too. See if I can get it. Just got like these box shapes in it. Some just really cool card effects. Cooley I picked up too just because it was cheap, and actually is a really good looking collector rare as well. It's got like this, it's kind of hard to see on screen, but in person it's kind of got like this heart effect that kind of goes around it. Next we have some ultimate rares. My favorite ultimate rare, I think, of all time is going to be Effect Veiler. Just looks super, super good. Try to capture it in the light a little bit. Just the detail is insane on this card. And when I picked this up at the time, this was $90. And it was sold as a light play, but it doesn't have any edgeware. The only problem it has, I don't know if you're going to see it, is there's a slight dimple right there, but not bad. It actually looks a lot worse on the screen than it really is. But now I could easily sell it for over $200. I just wouldn't be able to part with this. Next is Bubble Man. This is an old school ultimate rare. I remember being a kid and this being very sought after. Just one of the favorite cards from GX. DD Crow, I believe is maybe one of the first hand traps. Might be the first hand trap. Still good today. Has really good texture. And then Toon Kingdom, this is like a card I recommend anybody pick up because you can get these for like $35 to $40. They look super good. And it is a OTS ultimate rare, which just tend to go up in value because there's not really that many of them printed. Then over here we have some lower value ones. Probably my favorite of which would be the Clearwing Synchro Dragon. It looks pretty good. It's actually a first edition. And I was able to pick this up for $15 like a year ago. I think they are now like 30, but they're still decently cheap if you're a big fan of 5Ds, which 5Ds is my favorite season because I just love Synchro, Jack Atlas and all of them. Chidori actually looks really good too, and this card is really good. There's just not really any decks that can really play this card because it takes 2 level 4 wind monsters. Terabyte looks pretty cool too. I'll try to get that one closer up. This one's like a $3 or $4 card. I will kind of mention ones that are really cheap that you can pick up because I know some people want to start a collection and don't really know where to look or what cards to pick up that are good investments. Always number monsters are always a really good investment, especially higher rarity. Even if they never get played, it's just good to have because people always are going to want the number collection. Metaphys Horus is a pretty cool looking card. This card as well is pretty cheap, like maybe $5 to $8 for a light play first edition. Next, we have a playset of Power Giants. I'm just kind of waiting for this card to get good. It's just a really good extender. Basically, what you can do, and I've talked about this on Market Watches before, is you can discard another monster from your hand, special summon this card, and it loses. Its level is reduced by the level of the monster that you sent to the graveyard. So if you have a deck that wants cards in the graveyard, this is really good, especially if it's like level 3 monsters and you're playing level 3 like seas monsters like Leviair. This will become a level 3, and then like say for like Phantom Knights, you could pitch like another level 3. It's not that great of a card, but it is from Starlight Blast, and they are like I think $10 to $15. When I picked them up, I think they were like $5 or $6, and I think now they're a little bit over $10. Moving on, we have a Harpies Feather Duster. This is from I think Duelists of the Roses or something like that. It's one of the game promo sets. Super good looking version of it. And we have a unlimited Crush Card Virus. This is not my favorite ultimate rare, but it does look pretty cool. Pot of Desires, of course. This is probably, it's really not the best looking ultimate rare just because the pot is like a common, basically print like it's non-foiling, and then it does have nice looking foiling around it. But because the pot is so big, there's really just not a lot of ultimate rare foiling on the card. But they're really cheap right now, and it'll always be a good card. So if you want to go pick up one or two, we get them. This is an Ultimate Rare Karmic Unlimited. And the foiling on this is really, really, really good. And the reason is I used to have a few of these. I think that this one is actually a Euro print, and the Euro print older ultis just have really dark foiling, which looks really good. I wish I still had the American one or the North American one to compare, but the Euro just looks a lot better. So I ended up, when I sold one of them, when they spiked up in price, I sold the North American one because I probably won't sell this one. Moving on, we have number 10 Illuminite. This is just another one of the number monsters that I wanted to pick up. It looks super, super good. That's another really cheap card. Fright for Bear looks okay. It's a really cheap card as well. Number 32 Shark Drake, probably one of my favorite Ultimate Rare Seas monsters. Just looks super cool, and it's a very iconic card from what was that? I can't remember. I think was it Zexel maybe. I think Scramble Scramble. This card's terrible, but it's like really cool card. It's like the aircraft carrier with planes and like helicopters taking off. It just has really good foiling. Black Horn of Heaven. I'm sure y'all are. This is the first edition as well. I'm sure you're familiar with this card if you watched the first three seasons. Metal Reflect Slime. This one has really cool textures too. And then a Plague Spreader Zombie. This card was really good, like in 2019. I think it was 2019. Was it 2019 or 2020? I can't remember. That it was kind of when Synchro Eldlick was running around and Adamancipator. Here's Wonder Wand. Pretty cool font. I think it's Generation Force. Yep. I'm surprised that this never really took off when Invoked was being played, because you can equip this to your Alistair and then pitch the Alistair to grave, then draw two. I guess it's just kind of a clunky card to play, but it could be used for sure. Because it doesn't really matter if Alistair's on field or not. I forget what was here. I think I took it out. I don't remember. I guess also there are some collector's cards that I have like in my decks. I'll just put Rainbow Dragon in there. I think I took that out of there, but I guess I should show it first. This is from the Collector's 10. Came out a while ago. I think maybe 2004. I know there's a new Secret Rare being printed in the GX box, but I think you're not going to beat this version. I'm not going to take it out, but that's a first edition Borreload Savage Dragon, which has spiked up quite a bit recently. And then I have two Secret Rare Unlimited Yata-Garasus coming from Legacy of Darkness, I believe. This is my favorite Secret Rare of all time. The purple and blue, like those are like kind of my favorite colors mixed together. So it just looks really, really good. And then next we have a first edition Dark Rebellion Seas Dragon. The foiling is not great on this. It's kind of a flat foiling, not too textured. The new Challengers is not really my favorite set for Ultimate Rares. It kind of follows the same foiling as I would say like the OTS packs do, where you've got like the common monster or common, like whatever it is in the foreground is common, and then the background is foiling, which is really not my favorite. And it's the same deal with Dark Requiem Seas Dragon. This one looks pretty good, but because it really pops a lot, it pops a lot better than the Dark Rebellion Seas Dragon. But yeah, I have two of these, and these are like $15. So that's another Ultimate Rare I would really highly advise you pick up, because it's basically like when I was playing it in Phantom Knights, you get like 3 or 4 negate destructions for monsters. And then at the very, like, when you use your last negate, you can special summon back a break sword. I think is what, yeah, break sword, and then you can put that on like in a zone that Rusty Bargish points to, and then pop a card. So it's just a super good card. And then this one is Mermaid Baleen. I picked this up not too long ago. It's the first edition as well. I just thought it looked super cool. Not a very good card, but just a really cool cheap ulti. Next, we have an Adhesive Explosive. This one's decently cool. These are really cheap too, like a couple dollars. I have Symphonium Blast, and then 2 Malfunctions. Malfunction's actually an interesting card and was decent in older formats, but the foiling is really good on these. It's very textured. These aren't in great condition though. These are supposed to be like light play. I think this one is light play, but then these 2 cards right here came like moderately played. I also have an Option Hunter. By the way, all of these cards are not very good. They're just I just thought they were cool, so I picked them up. Except for, of course, these 3. This is the best card probably ever printed, of course, and also the shortest effect. This is Trap Tricks for Flasia. Has some super cool foiling. I have 2 of those. Pot of Greed looks really good. This is an unlim, but like I said, I kind of like the unlims better from Duels Pack Kaiba because you get the Ultimate Rare Porter. Like the if you know what I'm talking about, the foiling on the border where you don't get that with the first edition print. But as you can see, it's kind of hard to even tell this is Ultimate Rare, but it is. Yeah, it's just super dark foiling, so it's like hard to even tell. There, you can kind of see it there. Next, I have believe is a Korean Starlight Rare alternate art tour guide. Looks really good. I will say it doesn't look as good as North American Starlights. It's just not as shiny, but it still looks pretty good. And then I have a Collector's Rare Ghost Ogre that I think this is Korean, but I'm not sure. I think they both said Korean when I bought them, but they might not know. So these look pretty good. I'm trying to get this up closer. Pretty cool. Then I can take these out. This is just a Lost Art offering So Doomed. I just really like that card. It looks cool. And then a Quintet Magician. This is an anniversary pack. Celtic Guardian. Good condition. I really like these full art, alternate art versions. These are always really good to pick up, and they're really not that expensive. This is a first edition King of Bayou. I just really like the Duelist Genesis, and a lot of the cards here are not affordable, so this is probably one of my favorite it is my favorite super rare out of that set. Just looks really good. And then here's a unlimited Majestic Dragon. I think, is this out of, this is from, I can't remember what it's called. Stardust Overdrive, yeah. Pretty cool looking super rare. This is a Call of the Haunted from Dark Beginnings. I'm not going to pull it out, but it's pretty cool as well. This is actually a lot cooler than what it looks, but this is a Champion Pack rare Morphing Jars from Champion Pack 2. This is like a extremely old card and really hard to get your hands on. Any Champion Pack cards are. I have a first edition Beatrice and then a first edition Card E. Really good cards. This is a unlimited Tribe Infecting Virus Magician. I think it's Magician's Force. Yep. Looks good. I'm a big fan of old super rares. They just look really clean. This is a Delinquent Duo out of Magic Ruler, but it's an unlim. I think I have the secret rare, but I honestly just like these original ultra rares. They're just really, really dark. And then I have some Hobby League cards here. So I have a Hobby League MST. Hobby League is one of my favorites, though, if you didn't know. I really wish they would bring it back because I think it's it's like kind of the original Starlight, really. Here's a Hobby League Heavy Storm. It's kind of hard to see because it's got two. Let me take one of these sleeves off. Maybe that'll help. There, you can see the foiling a little bit better. Just super cool. It is unfortunately not legal. Well, Heavy Storm, of course, is not legal, but Hobby Leagues aren't legal. But when I play Go, most people are understanding and let you play it. Here's a Marshmallow, a super cool, like cheap secret rare. It looks pretty good. I would recommend to pick that up. This is an Unlim Call of the Haunted from the Pharaoh's Servant. Super clean looking. This is a secret rare Karibo, but it's in terrible shape. It was supposed to be near mint, but when I got it, it was like damaged. So they gave it to me for free, but I mean, it's still a cool looking card. Just has all the damage is on the back, by the way. So it's actually kind of nice to get for free because on the front, it looks like in pretty good condition. Same with this one. This is a Legend of Blue Eyes Man-Eater Bug. But on the back, as you can see, if I can get a good picture here, you see all that edge wear like right around there. Full focus. It's kind of hard to see, but it's pretty common to order like old cards and they have damage and people just don't inspect them close enough. Painful choice. Also a good card to pick up that you can get really cheap. This is a Ghost Rare Mystical Space Typhoon. Super cool card. My favorite version of MST is Ultimate Rare, but I was too late to buy it. It was like $80 for a long time, like 60 to 80, and then it got like bought out to like 200, like a couple of months ago. Spell Striker, I know I've already shown you those. This is a Unlim super rare Dark Hole from Legend of Blue Eyes. Getting into some more Hobby Leagues here. This is a Hobby League Graceful Charity. Definitely my favorite version of Graceful Charity, although there aren't really too many high rarity versions. But they're like $35, which I think is a steal for what you're getting. If they had this legal today, this would be like literally insane. Sangan Hobby League. I heard Sangans are getting pretty expensive too, but I don't know if people would want to go for the Hobby League since you can't like legally play it. But I feel like now with like the gold rares being so thick, I feel like it's stupid not to make these legal. I never really could tell the difference, and I wouldn't know how to cheat anyways if there was a way. This is a Premature Burial from PSP Ultra Rare. This is the non-rewave version. As you can see, it says Magic card up there. I should have mentioned that too. So that's the same thing with the Delinquent Duo. But these are for a Magic ruler, which I don't think got rewave. Like they only rewave spell rulers. And then next, Confiscation, coming out of Magic ruler. That one's pretty cool looking. This one's kind of damaged though, but it looks clean enough on the front, so where I would keep it in my collection. We have Photon Orbital, which is one of my favorite characters. And then we have 3 X-Saber Wayne's original dual terminal ultra rare. These are really cheap too. I highly recommend you pick these up. Really good card. Next, we have a lot more Hobby League stuff. So I have 2 Hobby League Noblemen of Crossout. Look really, really good. I forgot to mention the reason I pretty much have like, I would say, so my Go deck is made up primarily of Hobby League cards, and I don't have all of them in here. I just have like some of the nicer stuff in here. but 2 Scapegoat Hobby Leagues. They look really nice as well. And then I have a play set of Secret Rare First Edition Prohibitions. And then I have a first edition starter deck Graceful Charity. I think this is from Starter Deck Pegasus. This is also a really good version of this card to get. And it's I remember I had bought this actually on TCG Player when it was like $5, but I think they are a little bit more expensive now, but not too much more expensive. But I remember I had this version as a kid, and I no longer have it, so I wanted to get one again. So I have more Hobby League stuff. This is Hobby League Azura Priest. This is one of my favorite ones. It just has really, really good foiling. And it's a great card for goats. This is a Hobby League DDD Warrior Lady. Super cool. This is the game promo Sinister Serpent. It's got like the prismatic secret rare treatment. Then this is a Turbo Pack Ultra Rare. Turbo Pack 7 Book of Moon. These are also extremely cheap for what they are. I think they're like $17 to $18. I have a Shooter Riser Dragon from the Shonen Jump magazine. First edition Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, which I think is a super cool card. Cross-out Designator. This is actually just my extra cross-out because I have 4 right now, and then I have a single Ready Fusion. Next is kind of like the King's Court stuff. So we have 3 ultra rare Bowers, Imperial Bowers, 1 Arcana Triumph Joker ultra rare, 3 of the ultra rare Joker's Knight, and then 1 ultra rare Joker's Knight. Which this card is really cool. Just super good foiling. Moving on, we have 3 first edition Scythe Frame Gear Gammas ultra rare. Driver. It's not really a collection card. It just I wanted to fill the page for it to match. I have an unlimited secret wind ups and mains. Really cool looking secret rare. We have a Floor Synchron ultra rare. This is I think a promo card. First edition D-Boys. I picked these up a while ago when they were really cheap. Just kind of a cool looking card. It's not good or it's not a playable card really, but I just thought it was pretty cool. And these have gotten bought out too before, like when I play $30. But usually when they get bought out, it's super hard to sell your copy. Like I've tried to sell this for $20 before when it got bought out with just no luck. This is a super rare Dark Magician Girl coming from the Speed Duel Tournament Pack 1. These were bought out not too long ago, like a year ago, maybe to like $35. But they recently got re-waived and they're like $5 or $6. So if you don't have yours yet, go pick up like 2 or 3 play sets. It's definitely worth it. Next, we're gonna have some banned cards here. So I have Zodiac Trident, Firewall Dragon, Secret Rare, Unlimp. This is from Code of the Duelist, so it's not a Mega Pack one. And then I have a first edition Union Carrier. And then this is not banned, but this is Mega Phantom Beast Hamstrat. Which is a really cool ultimate rare and super cheap. I'm gonna pick this up for like $3. I did have the first edition print of this as well, but it was getting play like after they were kind of banning Jet Synchron or what was it, O-Lion? Yeah, when they banned O-Lion, people were playing around with this, and I had the first edition that ended up selling to someone at locals for like $35. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell it because I picked it up for like $5 to $6. So definitely worth selling. This is a School Archfiend of Lightning coming from Dark Crisis. It's unlimited though, but I think it's just a super cool card. Was able to pull this out of a pack at Walmart. 2 Gallus the Star Beast. This is a super good card for BAs. They look pretty cool too. So I would keep your eyes on these and just if you can get them for like $1 or $2, these are a good card to have. This is Terror King Archfiend, also out of Dark, super rare out of Dark Crisis. Moving on, These are 3 like Duelist Saga tour guides. Eventually these will be replaced by ultimate rares. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. This is an Exodia Necros secret rare coming out of Master Collection 2. This is like one of those sleeves that kind of hides the secret rare, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see it, but it's a pretty cool card. First edition Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, a really good card to always have. This is an ultra rare Magic Roller Relinquish, pretty cool too. And then these tributes are from, what is it, Labyrinth of Nightmare, which is like one of my favorite sets. But these look really, really clean. And I would suggest picking up some of these, even if it's just unlim like mine. Like you can get these for like $10. I think it's just one of the best versions of Trenchel to have, other than the collector's rare. But I would honestly rather have first edition versions of these than the collector rare. Then we get to some of the hand traps here. So we have just, I think these are from Dual Overload, Ultra Rare, Infinite Permanences. These are reprint actually, evenly matched, but they still look really good. Then we have 2 original Nibiru's. I only ever played 2. I was never a fan of playing 3. I was always so bricky when I would play 3. Then we have a playset of Cross-Select Designator, and then a dual terminal Instant Fusion. I was surprised they didn't reprint this in this newest set, the Hidden Arsenal set, because it seems like this would be a good card to print as an ultra rare. We really need another printing of this, like as a holo. Next, I have 3 secret rare Solemn Strikes. 2 are actually Mega Pack 18s, and then 1 is an unlim from the original set. I just really like secret rare Solemn Strikes. I'm looking to get the collector's rares because they are cheap, and I think those are a good long-term investment. Of course, the ultimate rare is definitely the best version, but at this point, you're not going to make any money off that because it's already at like $350. And then this is a first edition German Effect Veiler coming from Duelist Revolution. Kind of a cool looking card. I actually like the American. This is like one of the few places that I like the American print better because the American print is a lot darker color card. And then just kind of has like the older style text. I guess I can compare this to like the ultimate rare because the ultimate rare is American. Where's that? See if you can see. I didn't want to lose this page, but I will. The American version, see if I can get this in the light. So like the American version ones, like the text is bigger, the card's darker, like the actual American ultra rare looks closer to this color. Yeah, and your like actual text box is bigger. I think the reason why it's smaller on this one, on the German, is because the name is so long. But yeah, I would say honestly the German looks a lot closer to the ultra rare printing from Dual Devastator. But still a pretty cool card to have. I know these are pretty expensive now, but this is German, so probably wouldn't go as much for what the American ones are going for. And then I have a Champion Pack Rare Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Pretty cool card. It's Champion Pack 4. And then a Reaper of the Cards from Legend of Blue Eyes, just rare unlim. And then I have 2 Gaia Fierce Knight Origins. These are the promo, like the sneak peek promos that you got from Rise of the Duelist. I also think these are really good cards to hold on to long term because Rise of the Duelist was just a really good set. And of course, it's Gaia. That's the majority of my collection. I definitely have more binders, but those are kind of more like staple binders per se. I guess besides that, I would definitely include like my ultimate rare Forbidden Droplets. 1 is a secret, but 2 of them are ultimate rares. Probably one of my favorite cards that I own. Really good looking. That's one of the best ultimate rares they've done in years. Trying to think if there's anything else I could really show. I think that's probably the majority of it. I have a lot of stuff that's just kind of floating around. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention too, I got my invocations in, the gold rares. I ended up picking these up, I think for $2.50 each. If you don't have these, I would be looking to pick these up for like the $2 to 2.50 range, maybe even $3, because these will go back up one day. And when they do, these will probably be $10 to $15 a piece. And then I actually picked these up too. I need to get a third one, but they're the Libromancer Geek Boys from Battle of Chaos. This is a really good card. And if there's ever a ritual deck that plays quite a bit of ritual monsters, this is a really good extender. And I'm hoping maybe the Libromancers themselves will do something with more support, because I just think it's a super cool archetype. I would definitely check it out. But yeah, I have a bunch of random things too. Like here's like a dual terminal rare Neos. So it'd be like almost impossible to do like a full collection video, because I would have to like take apart my decks and stuff. I don't really want to do that, but I think I was able to show like the majority of my collection. But other than that, I will go ahead and say that I'm going to be doing a market watch tomorrow. I need to spend some time today to kind of look over the market and see what needs to be talked about. I'm trying to like focus more time on picking out cards instead of just looking at random cards to pick up. Kind of, I do also want to incorporate cards that are going up in price, so that if you have those cards and you like maybe wanted to sell them, you could. I think that's another thing to focus on, because I feel like all the time, I think this will be the perfect example, because now I can't even sell it. But say like, oh yeah, I forgot the camera's on me. So for like Dotscaper, this got bought up to like maybe like $6-7. And I didn't know until it was like already coming back down, and I still haven't been able to sell it for $4 or $5. So it is nice to know when things are going up, so you can list them and make money on them. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the market watch. Thanks for watching.